All right, so welcome back to the second part of Module 1, Healthcare Data Management. In this part, we'll be introducing you to data management, healthcare data management definition, how they're generated in your sources, and the collection and storage. Now, first of all, let's look at the two dichotomy or the two source of health information data sources. From the WHO document, Framework and Standards for Country Health Information, we're very well informed from this document that once you mention records, you're actually dealing with institutions, facilities. Then when you mention health data, you're actually talking about health data which would refer to both institution or other sources, okay, like population based, like census, like civil registration, or population survey. A typical example of the population survey document, Nigerian Demographic Health Survey of 2018, is a typical example of a population survey that provides health data or health information. It's important to really understand this, that health data can be sourced from population based or institution based. But the moment we get to the institution, we start using the word records. In this course, we'll be focusing on describing data management on the basis of the Nigeria Health Information System Policy 2020. This figure you're seeing is actually drawn from the Nigeria Health Information System Policy document 2020, and it gives a summary overview of the Nigeria Health Information System and how it is managed, from resources to indicators, to sources of data, to the infrastructure for the management, and then the data management itself. So for this course, we'll be focusing on data management on the basis of the Nigeria Health Information System Policy document. Although it's a bigger picture, but we want to try and narrow down the concept down to focusing on our facilities so that we understand from the bigger picture what should actually be taking place in our smaller facilities and should be well prepared to key into the bigger picture, because the bigger picture, the national framework, the Nigerian framework, ultimately is based on how the smaller pictures or the smaller facilities put themselves together to support the larger framework. The policy document is there as a resources on this platform, and it is described briefly, as you see. If you look at the document, this particular pictorial actually breaks down the framework in the document. First, it talks about resources. The second, it talks about indicator, and then it also talks about the data management, information products, and data dissemination and use. Okay, so but the area that concerns us, that will be focusing under the aspect of data management, will be based on the description and the guidance that we receive in this document, the Nigerian Health Information System Policy. When we zoom into what constitutes data management on the larger picture, we find electronic health information exchange. This is on the larger picture anyway, but on the smaller scale, you'll be talking about your EMR. And again, the EMR will serve as storage for you and other means by which you store your document. Metadata, of course, on the larger scales, you'll be talking about metadata because, or putting together data from different sources, whether it's institution or population based data, we put together, that's what metadata is talking about. Now, under data management, the concept of quality control, validation rule, data aggregation and analytics, data quality assurance and data quality review, analysis and triangulation are all activities that constitute data management. And so we're going to take this through to the extent to which is necessary at our facility level, so that we'll understand what data management is at our facility level on the basis of the Nigeria Health Information System Policy document. Another important component we need to bring our attention to in this course is an example of the information product which we have on the multi-source data analytics and triangulation platform, the MS-DAT platform, a product of the Federal Ministry of Health, in which analysis of key indicators are provided. So I just find that this is very important. Many health records and information professionals do not know that this source of health information products are available to readily use and make reference to. So we need to go there and look at what the Federal Ministry of Health is doing A very fantastic job. And we need to key into it, because until we understand what is done there, we will not be able to key into it and support its growth and development, as the case may be. Okay, so visit the website. You see the link under there. Get more information on the products of triangulation and analytics that have taken place in our system. Now, a very important aspect of data management in practice, which we would like to define here, is according to the WHO document, that a very important document is also a resource document on this platform, is there in reference materials. This document describes data management as the only practice that enables transformation of data into information. If you don't manage data well, you cannot transform it into useful information. So right there in the middle of data to information, the engagement, the activities that involves data management, which includes compilation, managing and analysis, the health information system, all this happen in between what you collect as data, okay, and what you refer to as information. So again, while we're looking at data management in terms of the Nigeria Health Information System policy, we're also looking at data management in terms of the definition of WHO. These two put together will help us understand the direction we intend to take in this course. Okay, so we would do a basic introduction across board and make us understand that only good data management can bring about the transformation of data itself into information. That's what this WHO document is talking about. The health institutions that we're going to be focusing on in this course, what would you think data management will mean to them? The crux of the matter here is, can we discuss data management in a healthcare facility without mentioning an EMR? The argument is based on the foundation that has been given by Nigeria Health Information System Policy document, which describes electronic triangulation analysis. Today, we have evolved from defining data management from just collating, putting health records, shelving files. This is with respect to the health records and information manager, okay, specifically, to note that you can no longer define data management without including electronic system. At least if there is no EMR, there should be at least a computer system on which Microsoft Excel at least or Microsoft Access is involved, and that data is collected on the system and collated and analysis is processed on the system. And the system helps to advance or promote good storage of the data you collect. From the institution point of view, we cannot talk about data management without mentioning a computer or an EMR. So please take note that the definition of data management before now, you can do it and get away with it, but you cannot talk about data management without mentioning a computer or a software that helps you collate, manage, compile, stores, retrieve, conduct analysis, conduct analytics, process data into information as swiftly and as most accurately as possible. Now, in the institution, again, this WHO document comes to light. It's a very important document. We need to refer to it. For individual records, the minimum standard for data collection is actually highlighted here. Okay, of course, the standard is how easy it is to retrieve the records or the filing system that permits you to put together the individual records in the system. Generating quality information to manage health services provided to individuals and clients in the health institution or in the community. The basic standard is ease of tracking, the ease of retrieval should be considered. And the strategic elements that would come into play is how easy the jobs for those who manage this data are written and how they are guided by it, whether there's a careful layout on how the care provider follow clinical guidance or guidelines and make appropriate decisions. Again, on service records at the institution level, the document also provides minimum standards. Okay, I'll urge us to refer to this document and see what standards are mentioned there. This document is published in 2008, but it is still very relevant to our setting in Nigeria here. Okay, resource records are also very important, and this document has outlined what standards are required, what should be the minimum standard for data collection, as far as resources for healthcare delivery at facility level is concerned. On the aspect of data storage, we're seeing two pictures here very clearly, in which you have the storage, the hard records and hard files. I'm not saying that hard records and hard files should just go away by the wand of your fingers or your hands. It is important to begin to think of migrating, and I know many facilities are actually working towards it. The Ministry of Health has actually been working towards this migration in several settings, healthcare facilities. But we need to understand that data storage today is actually highly facilitated where we have digital system involved in the way we carry out our healthcare delivery and capture the data we generate on a day-to-day basis. Okay, so the key features of data storage that we want to highlight here for every facility is that there has to be restriction to access. Coding the system is also a very important component. We're talking about that in a further class, and then we'll see how the Nigerian system has been, set back because we don't use coding to do our billing system, and so but it's a very important component in data storage, how they are coded, how they are retrieved. Whether there's an SOP for storing our data is a very important thing that we need to look out for. Okay, so healthcare facilities should be able to develop SOPs for this. Okay, at the ward or a facility level, how do we archive very old document before they are destroyed or disposed? These are the constituents of data storage. Now, for your facility, depending on what you do there, would you try to describe or define data management or the healthcare data management in your facility? Try and define it for us and put it up on the discussion forum so that we can engage ourselves to understand whether you're meeting up with the basic requirement for the contemporary age of defining data management, in which they should be digital, they should be electronic component in your definition. So let's look at your system. If you have a computer somewhere and you have not been using it, you're a health records officer or a health record technician or a health information manager, please wake up. It's now time for you to wake it up and use it. It's not management that can make you use it. You would have to use it yourself. You would have to put it to use to make management understand that they have not wasted resources in providing you with a computer. Try and define health or healthcare data management as far as your facility is concerned. Looking at this, do you do quality control? Do you do validation? Do you do data aggregation? Do you conduct certain analytics? Okay. Do you review the data quality, assurance? How do you do it? Thank you for listening, and I do hope that this component has been very enlightening.